With YouTube attacking alternative media, please consider supporting the channel via Patreon for just $1 per month. Link below. Star Wars: The Last Jedi. It's a movie. It's a hotly contested movie, as I talked about a lot on yesterday's show, and I've talked about a lot for the last month. It's a movie that deep down I want to love. I am so valiantly trying to change my bitter heart over the movie, and it might eventually soften itself down the road. But ultimately speaking, it is one that I don't quite know if it's ever actually going to be anything like that positively, right? It's a couple things I like, but ultimately not. And when it comes to other people's reactions to it, it's been met with a lot of vitriolic rage from those who like the movie and those who hate the movie. But I think there's no other clear indicator as to the movie's response outside of the United States than China, where it has now been completely pulled from Chinese cinemas after just a couple weeks, right? China is like the last big bastion for Hollywood. You have to understand that that an American release in China, usually does okay, right? That's kind of a big thing there because of their emerging middle class and people going to the movies. But ultimately, only I want to say 16 movies a year around that, or it's a very low number of movies a year from that are made outside of China. So ultimately, Hollywood movies that are allowed in China. So when you hear about the Chinese numbers, they are banking on it in many cases. Now it says here that Star Wars: The Last Jedi may be one of the biggest films in North America, as it nears 600 million domestic, but the film's failing at an alarming rate in China. The Last Jedi's Chinese debut resulted in a disappointed 28.7 million, but it's a staggering 92% drop to just 2.4 million during its second weekend. Speaking to The Hollywood Reporter, Jimmy Woo, chairman of the Lumiere Pavilion cinema chain, said it's unlike anything they could have predicted. Now, if you're sitting there going well, negative word of mouth from outside, China's pretty locked down. All right, unless people were infiltrating their social media there and talking about it, it probably, wasn't getting talked about very much. And that's one of the things is I mean, a 92% drop is pretty damn bad. Saying here that The Last Jedi has already been completely pulled from cinemas here. It's performed much worse than we could have expected. That's what you get for making Leia fly through fucking space, Rian Johnson, you stupid hack dumb son of a bitch motherfucker. What kind of goddamn shit were you fucking thinking with that stupid ass fucking scene? You should have just let her fucking die out there. It would have been a more fucking appropriate end for the goddamn character. Never mind the fucking fact that you let Luke fucking die from force exhaustion. You stupid, insipid, incompetent fuck. Sorry, I'm done. Okay, I'm done. I'm done with that one. This video will be demonetized by YouTube. Oh my God. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm still a little bit mad. I'm trying. I'm so trying. I'm so trying. I'm so trying to like the movie. I'm so trying to fucking like the movie. I'm wearing, I'm trying. I'm trying. Not working. Oh. Starting with 2000, Star Wars: The Force Awakens, each subsequent film has seen its box office total drop heavily from the movie preceding it. The Force Awakens brought in 124 million. Star Wars Rogue One finished with 69 million, and The Last Jedi now ends it around with less than 50 million. What's causing the collapse? One major factor for The Last Jedi is the film was released opposite of The X-Files 3: Return of the X's, a romantic comedy and a major hit in Chinese markets. So yeah, apparently the Chinese markets really love the third film in a romantic comedy series over Jedis. Priorities, China. Priorities. But at the same time, I get it. I understand. People like to laugh. And you're not really laughing with Star Wars: The Last Jedi. The parts that are funny are more cringy than anything else. Another issue, and certainly one that's more concerning for Disney, is that new films rely heavily on nostalgia and knowledge of the original trilogy. which never received a wide release in the country. According to James Lee, co-founder of the Beijing-based market research firm Fanique, the complexity and continuity of the series is making it harder to resonate with young Chinese. Yeah, no, it is. It says here, because of the complex characters and themes, the prequels, and all of the multi-generational layers that are part of the culture or cult of Star Wars, it's been hard for young Chinese filmgoers to get into the franchise. And that is true, but it's okay. Young Chinese filmgoers, if you've seen The Last Jedi, you know they pretty much destroyed nostalgia. I wouldn't be surprised if Kevin Smith is accurate in his predictions that they will blow up the Millennium Falcon in Episode 9. I wouldn't be surprised if they did that. I wouldn't. If you said that, I wouldn't be surprised. And if anything, The Last Jedi was perfect for destroying nostalgia. That might actually have been a reason. That might have actually, I'm wondering if that was actually some kind of reason, right? Where they were like, okay, Rian Johnson, we need you to write a story that's not only just insipidly stupid, but will pretty much destroy continuity and destroy character arcs and destroy character motivations and remove plot points from the previous film and basically kind of make it this weird mess of a movie that can give us a clean slate to move forward because of nostalgia being bad in China. Seems far-fetched. It's probably far-fetched. But at the same time, I don't know. All I can say about this is that The Last Jedi would probably not have done well ultimately in China anyway. Right? If it's a law of diminishing returns, it makes sense. At the same time, I can't help but chuckle because I feel it's appropriate for the parts of this movie that are a goddamn garbage fire.